5-point lead with nearly 4 minutes gone in this second half. Our thanks to the truck and Steve Handy and folks in there for the great replays we're getting here on CCTV. And Kateem Smith, there's something you don't see often from him as an air does, and they'll back off, and it's a real scramble setting up the high post offense. CJ back there, look at that. Ian Miller, Ian settles back on the Willamette end of the floor.
Just really have the feeling right now, Mike, that the pace of this game has really quickened in the second half.
Well, you're going to see a tie up here. They're going to be different than another, and the timing is not there.
Well, Larry Doty just depends on his bench so often in a game, Mike. We saw so many players coming in the first half, and that pass just throwing away bad timing.
Nice pass and dish from John Olinger, and Garelts couldn't finish, a little high off the glass. Linfield back down with a 5-point deficit. Mishler. Out of Van Loon, and Mansfield cuts the baseline off from him. But he'll pop out for three, and an air ball again, and Miller will track it down for Willamette.
Second air ball of the second half for the Wildcats.
There's Johnny O's three-pointer.
That's an
move for a
That is his second time in a row, Mike, just to drive right down the lane. Larry Doty, Linfield, can't not be happy with that whatsoever. They're just giving up too many layups deep in the paint.
54-43, an 11-point Bearcat lead here now. Van Loon has not been able to cut loose. Monagle back into the game, number 22, one of the leading scorers with over 14 points a game. But they'll push it up with Heffron. He gets the well defended by Linfield as they saw exactly where Willamette was headed with that. We're under 10 minutes to play in this ball game. 56-48 Bearcats. And Kateem Smith will go to Monagle. And he gets nothing but glass. But Heffron will come up and find Smith open at the free throw. Look at that, another backside pick by Olinger. And Mansfield down hard to the floor, and Johnny finishes at the other end, an official thing right now with 23 points to lead all scorers.
And Michael, if we get a chance to see that on the replay, you will see John Olinger. This is absolutely perfect timing on the block. He just waited for the shooter to go up, takes the ball, goes down to the other end, and you talk about a very nice finish. Look at this. There it is.
He had the defender, Van Loon, thinking he was coming up off that left side of the wives here tonight. Your wife keeping stats, my life keeping my neck from getting too stiff. Everyone contributes. Kateem Smith, Heffron. Olinger going to get another steal here if they're not careful. They hold that ball out too far. John will just slap it out of his hand. Monagle, nice drive to the hoop, and Olinger straight up to Monagle. Stepping back here with a 58-50 lead with under 8 minutes to go. Olinger gets that screen and just enough room to shoot the three. It was off to his left, and he leaned left as he released it. Now he's missed one. Actually missed two. Stuvlin had a tough road trip. A couple of miscues in a couple of games. Had him some bench time, but he's back at it. Looking good. Kateem Smith. Around to Monagle. Nice touch. To the game, I see five, and Stuvlin also is checked in. So they're going to go short, and they're going to keep that three-point game coming. But a quick break into the corner, and they're going three ball. A little long. Stuvlin taps the loose miss. Back to Kateem Smith, and Linfield controls. Looking for the three in front of that Linfield bench. They'll control it. Thought they were going to lose it there for a moment as Murphy had to tightrope the three-point lane. Around the arc, into the paint, Baber to the rack, rejected underneath Olinger. Got a little too much body that time, and John says, everything okay? Puts it into the front half of the court. Olinger finds Fife. Nice touch into the lane, cuts a double clutch, off balance. They get a chance over there on this end. We'll talk about it in a minute. Full court pressure put on John Olinger. Get a look at the Linfield broadcaster with the white hat. There's a great story about him on a break next time. Daryl Ane, 65-55, and like you said, one more basket here, and they can start to just slow down the offense and take the lead. And here's Stuvlin with that fall-away three and nothing but air.
Even out of his range, with plenty of time left on the shot clock, you have to work the clock. That's just not good game management right there, and by a senior player too.
1 for 4 from three-point range. And so inside 4 minutes to go, and they're going to throw it away over to the Linfield.
Olinger has just shot the ball very, very well tonight. 9 of 13 on the floor, 3 out of 4 on threes, and 2 out of 3 at the line. So the senior, again, he's just enjoying a great ball game and probably happy to be finally getting a chance to play a game at home. Only, as Mike has pointed out, the second of the year for the Bearcats.
Nice give and go from Olinger down.
With only 3:30 remaining in regulation time.
Stubblin gets the three-point play. And now it's hustle quick down the floor and get as many shots in the air. Rejected by Fife on the quick jumper by Van Loon. Loose in the lane, and Miller takes it out of the air off of a bad errant pass by Linfield. And one more bucket here, and I think it's going to have to be a long night for the rest of the way with 3 minutes to go. And they're right to the rack, and that's it. I can hear the
Cats now. They'll just run that shot clock all the way down and force Linfield really to make a foul and get them to the line and try and get the ball down to the other end of the floor.
They're in the bonus 1-1 here. 5 team fouls on the Bearcats, 7, and a nice zip pass as Olinger going to the hoop. There's Miller. Wow.
You know, that's really surprising, Mike. Sure, positive side, it's a nice 3. Negative side, he had 14 on the shot clock, and Gordy is probably thinking, why are you shooting that basketball?
Who knows? If he's got the green light, they let him. On the steal from Fife, behind the back, and he closed the jam, but Olinger controls it with 54 seconds to go. That was pretty. Even if he missed the jam, the great pass by Olinger in traffic that time. They haven't seen UPS yet, and they will see them on the road, well, actually at home here shortly in the next couple of weeks. 4 home games now for the Bearcats, as Linfield will throw it away with 33 seconds to go. And a quick post-game interview here with a couple of the players and head coach Gordy James, and we start to the man to your right here, John Olinger out of the South Salem, the senior floor leader. Wow, the last couple of weeks I've been watching you hitting 20 and 30. Tonight it's 25 and this big win over Linfield. And what's the key here, John? About the time you go start out cold, you end up hot at the end.
I'm going to give credit to my teammates. As much as I can go get a shot, you know, a lot of that is them setting screens for me or them finding me on cuts. So, I mean, it's total team effort, and that's the only way that we're successful is when everybody gets involved. Whether it's I'm scoring or somebody else, I know we got guys who can step up and score, so they take care of me.
You know, on the road, you've been pretty good because this is only your second game out of about 15 or 14 games on the season. You're 2-0 at home, I guess you would say. We've won 3 in a row, 4 of our last 5 ball games, and on the road is where you've been. It's nice to be back.
We've been joking around about not being able to find our white uniforms because we didn't really remember what they looked like. You know, it's been great to be home. I mean, we're gonna have a couple big games come up here. A lot of our next games are here at Cone, so should be to our advantage, especially down the stretch too. That we played all those road games in a row, and I think it helped us get battle tested. Hopefully that'll pay off down the stretch.
You feel like they go to you too much, or you're just the guy that's there? You are the go-to guy, or does it spread around quite a bit?
It just depends. If they want, I mean, I don't know. I think the best way to put it is, if I have a good matchup or I get a good look, then I'm gonna take it. But a lot of times now teams are trying to overplay me or be real physical with me, and it really opens things up for other guys on the team. I mean, it's just gonna be great for Josh and Drew and guys who penetrate because they're trying to stay so close to me that it leaves wide open lanes to the basket for layups. So. I mean, I guess you could call me that, but I think it's more of a team effort. We got guys who can score no matter what. So
we've seen that the last couple of nights. Nice game tonight, 25 points from John Olinger. And we're talking about Drew that have stepped up for players that can't play or been injured. But Johnny Olinger certainly is the guy you go to with 19 and 20 a game.
You know, and the thing about John is that he's doing it at both ends of the floor. He just does not take a possession off. He usually draws the assignment of the other team's toughest guy. He gets in past the lanes, gets some steals. He got a couple blocks tonight, gets us in open court. And then offensively, you know, to score what he's scoring, he took 14 shots tonight. So despite what he's scoring, he's still very unselfish and just playing a complete game. He's added the pull-up and taking it all the way to the game. So he's not just an outside three-point shooter. So it's very evident how hard he's worked in the offseason to develop his game.
And let's talk about the bench briefly here.